What's going on YouTube? It's your boy True Thought, coming to you with another video dealing with National Guard RSP. I've done one about red phase. I'm going to do another one about white phase. I'm talking kind of low because my daughter's asleep, so I'm trying to get as many videos done while she's sleeping as possible. And so as I stated in one video already, the first drill that you have, or the first RSP weekend that you have with the National Guard, is considered red phase, and you go through PowerPoints about Army history, National Guard history, pretty much like the basics of what military life is supposed to be about and what being a soldier is supposed to be and those kinds of things. You're introduced to marching and how to march and the different commands. You're introduced to your drill sergeants and what their expectations are, all that kind of good stuff. So it's really informative. Your next RSP weekends until the one before you actually go away for basic training, you'll be in what's called white phase. And white phase is really where you get a taste of some of the skills that you'll learn as a soldier. My first white phase weekend was about 2 months ago. It was the usual. Wake up early in the morning, go to the armory, get picked up by the bus. Go through all the picking up everyone else, and then going to the base. Once you get there, as usual, you meet the drill sergeant gets on the bus and gives you your welcome, and looks at everybody, inspects everybody, and then gets everyone off the bus. We all line up in formation. They check to see for the gentlemen, check to make sure that you have shaved. So please make sure that no matter what phase you're in with RSP, make sure that you shave your face. That includes your mustache, that includes your goatee, that includes your beard, any stubble. Shave the night before and the morning of, just depending on how fast your facial hair grows. So they go through that again. They look to make sure you've shaved, check your ID to make sure you are who you say that you are, and then you sign in, get your linen, get your roommate, and then go to your room and make up the bed. In this phase, you actually learn how to make up the bed. There's an expectation that your bed looks a certain way, so make sure you're paying attention to that. If you don't know, I'm pretty sure there's some YouTube videos out there, and I'll post some of them in my comment section as well to show you how your bed is supposed to be made. After that, you get into your formation, and depending on, I guess, your state, or your sergeants, your drill sergeants, as well as the other sergeants who are there, you actually start to learn some skills. So my first white phase drill weekend, we learned land navigation. It was just pretty interesting. We learned it in the rain. That's another thing. Understand that you are in the military now, so the elements for the most part don't matter. If it's raining outside, you're going to be outside in the rain. If it's cool outside, if it's cold outside, you're going to be outside in the cold as well, so get used to that. But yeah, that first white phase weekend, we did land navigation, where we learned paces, and we learned how to use the compass, and we learned how to do it in teams, and we did that for quite some time. I actually did it through the woods and in the open field. Same usual. We did our PT test. We had to do our 222. When you're on red phase, I didn't say this in the red phase video, but when you first come in red phase, you just do the 1-1-1. But after that, it's all the 2-2-2. So you do your 2-minute push-ups, your 2-minute sit-ups, as well as your 2-minute run. 2-mile run, excuse me. So we did do our PT test. Again, make sure that you are between RSP weekends, make sure that you are training, make sure that you are hitting the gym, doing everything that you can to strength train, to build up your endurance, because you're going to need to show improvement. They want to see improvement every time that you come. I know my first PT test, I was only able to do like 42 or 43 push-ups. I was only able to do about 46 sit-ups. My run time in the 2-mile run was fine. I never had an issue with that. It was always under about 15. It was hovered around 15 minutes. But my second time around, I increased it to 55 push-ups, and I increased my sit-ups to about 52. I didn't do the run on this one only because I kind of tweaked my foot a little bit, so I stayed off of it as far as running is concerned. Then that first, again going back, in that first white phase, after you do your PT test, again you learn some more things as far as just what it means to be a soldier. In this phase, you are expected to also show improvement in your understanding and your knowledge of how to address the different ranks, the different sergeants, the different officers if they come through, the different warrant officers if they come through. You're expected to understand the commands, the marching commands, so make sure that in between time that you're also giving yourself an opportunity to learn what those things are. So check out YouTube videos. If you know anyone who's in the military, use them as a resource to help you, remember and learn those commands, because it just makes things a lot easier. You'll also be there with people who are there for the first time as well, so you can be a help to them and an aid to them. And then you just had your usual schedule. So we got there on Saturday morning we normally arrive around 7:30, 8 o'clock, just kind of depending on how many people were picking up on the way there. And from 8 up until about 6:30, 7 o'clock, you're pretty much active, physically active, like I said, whether it be PTing, whether it be the PT test, whether it be learning some skills, marching around, spending time in the front leaning position, whatever it is, you're constantly moving. You are getting your three meals a day. So when you get there on Saturday, you're not gonna get breakfast, but you will get lunch and dinner. When you're eating your lunch and your dinner, you don't have all day like you would at home. So they are expecting you to kind of eat pretty fast. So it's not like a 2-minute eating, but they are making sure that they put some pressure on you for you to hurry up, so that way you can move on out and get ready for the next thing, because they have a tight schedule that they have to follow also. So when you get there, keep that in mind. Get into the cafeteria, get into the line, get your food, get to your table, eat food. It's not time to really start having conversations and laughing it up. It's time to eat. If you're laughing it up, then you're going to have a drill sergeant pretty much breathing down your throat. And then on the Sunday, you wake up early. So formation is normally about 4:35 in the morning, about 4:30, about 4:35 o'clock in the morning. And from formation, you'll start to get ready for your morning PT. Your morning PT, and I apologize for its focus. Like I said, still kind of new at this, so it's a learning process. But you will have your morning PT, which normally consists of you marching to one of the, it's not an armory, but it's pretty much the gym sort of thing. Marching there, doing your stretches, your warm-up activities, your warm-up exercises. You spend about 30 minutes doing that. It seems like about 30 minutes doing that. Then after that, you go out for your 2-mile run. Now, my first weekend, don't do this. My first red phase weekend, actually, is my red phase weekend. It was very cold. It was in March. It's very cold outside. It had to be about 30, no more than 34, 35 degrees outside. So I thought I was going to be slick and wear my Under Armour gear underneath my PT uniform, because I just knew that we were going to be running outside in full gear, in full PT uniform, the coat, the short sleeve shirt, the shorts, the coat, as well as the pants. So I put on my Under Armour gear underneath, for my pants, underneath my pants. We start marching towards the armory. And we get in there, and immediately our drill sergeant goes, you got 20 seconds to strip down to your shirt and shorts. And I'm like, oh crap! Looking at my roommate, he knows what I have on. He knows I have on my Under Armour. So I'm like, oh crap! I'm about to get smoked out here. So somehow or another, I was able to actually slip out of formation, mainly because the drill sergeants were smoking to other people, so they didn't even see me. Slipped out of formation real quick, got my Under Armour stuff off, got my shorts back on, got back in formation before anybody could tell. And I basically went through the whole day with my Under Armour on, with my Under Armour underneath my PT uniform, trying to make sure that no one saw it. So just understand that when you get there and it's time for your PT test, it doesn't really matter how cold or how hot it is. You don't really get to bring any additional gear. This is really bad, I'm sorry. You don't really get to bring any additional gear to wear with it, because that's just because they provide you with everything that they want you to have. Let me see here. Alright, trying to get this stabilized. There we go. So yeah, so make sure that you come prepared for that. Now sometimes they do let you bring spandex for, you know, whenever if you're wearing shorts, so that way, you know, all your stuff isn't showing. However, like I said, leave the Under Armour and stuff at home, unless, like I said, if your drill sergeants and your sergeants allow you to do it, then that's fine. Then congratulations to you. Mine were not about that life. My second red phase, which was last month, we actually learned, we did simulated target practice, basically, where we shot rifles for the first time. For me, it was for the first time. I've never shot a gun, so we did that, and we also did, again, some more land maneuvering, where we we're broken up in teams, and we learned how to maneuver onto an enemy. So if an enemy is located in a central position, how we're able to maneuver onto that enemy undetected, and surround an enemy, so that way, you know, he's flanked, and then we can do what we need to do, as well as, you know, searching out, maybe learning how to track in the woods as well, which was kind of fun. So we did those things on that Saturday for our second weekend. And again, you know, that the white phase is all about you really just learning skills, or being introduced to skills that you're going to spend a lot of time learning once you get the basic training, just, you know, to give you the basics of being a soldier.